One of 50 Cent's, like big, known, well diss songs is the song How to Rob, where he kind of like disses the whole industry, you know what I'm saying, from Jay-Z to Big Pun to, I don't know, you name it. He was dissing them. Were you around during that time when he made that song?
Yeah, I was around. I was around. Actually, he made the song. I was down south, and then I came back to New York. Yeah, I was around.
Who all was mad? You know what I'm saying? Did you guys hear anything about rappers being mad and everything during that time?
Everybody says, not everybody. I ain't gonna say everybody, but a few people was mad. It was a few people, but I don't think they was mad. But it was like, if they was mad, they never said nothing. Like, they'll say something on the radio, like on a song or something, but they didn't say like, we ain't never see that. They wouldn't say nothing to him, and like when they seen him.
What was 50 Cent's response when Jay-Z dissed him back on his album where he says, I'm about $1, what the fuck is 50 Cent?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, like, I think it was a Summer Jam. Yeah, if it was Summer Jam, I think it was Summer Jam. Jay-Z and 50 was like, they was backstage. Jay-Z must have gave 50 dap or something, and then he went out and performed that song.
That's a trip. Damn, so it was like everybody, most people kind of got that it wasn't like a serious song.
Man, but you know what? Jay-Z saying his name really let him take off, really. Then him getting shot really added up to it, too.
Yeah, that's pretty big. Jay-Z going on Summer Jam, saying your name. I mean, at that time, Jay-Z is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, rappers in the world. At least top 2 or 3 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that must have been huge for him. He was probably pretty hyped about it, I would assume.
Yeah, no. I think he was type mad. I'm not mad, but he was type shocked. Like, I don't know, surprised. Because I don't know. I wasn't really there that day.
Oh, okay. At one point, you know 50 Cent, you guys are hanging around, but at one point you actually become his driver and you guys actually become close friends. Can you tell me about how that happened a little bit?
Well, I became his driver because we went on tour. I got lucky to be on the Cash Made Rough Rider tour with them. When I came back from down south, my homeboy was like, yo, we going on tour. He asked me if I want to go. So I said, yeah. So when I went on tour, he had a driver and all that. We going to the shows and all that. I forgot where we was at, but the driver, he fired the driver. He got mad at the driver, fired the driver. So when he fired the driver, he asked me and my homies, yo, which one of y'all got a license? I was the only one with a license. So he made me the driver, and that's how I got extra cool with him.
Okay. Well, what was the tour like? I mean, that was a pretty big tour at the time. I think you guys were gone probably a couple months.
Nah, it was no couple months. It was quick. That was a couple weeks, a couple days, like 2 or 3 weeks, I think.
Oh, okay. So you guys weren't actually on the whole tour?
Nah, cause you remember he was just promoting that How to Rob. He was promoting the Power of the Dollar. That's when he was on Sony. So he wasn't really buzzing like that. So he wasn't headlining or nothing. So.
Okay, I see. Now, so you guys come back off tour. What does he just go instantly to the studio? So at this point, when you come back, you're his driver. Are you guys going to the studio a lot, working?
Now, when we come back, when we come back, he finds out I live in Queens, so, that made us look like, he used to go to the city and stuff. Like, it'd be times he go to the city. Sometimes I would go with him. I wasn't going every time, but sometimes I would go, but not every time, though. But we started getting closer, though, after the tour.
Okay. So at one point, 50 Cent is making his album Power of the Dollar. And I believe you were around during that time?
Yeah, I was around during that time.
What was that like? Being out of the studio, 50 Cent has his deal. He's probably got a pretty good buzz at this time.
Yeah, but he had a buzz, but nobody knew how he looked.
Oh, okay. No, nobody knew how he looked. That's crazy. Okay, because he didn't.
He wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't no social media and none of that. Like, it wasn't going on YouTube like that. You know what I'm saying? So when he was on the stage doing How to Rob, they didn't even know who. You know what I'm saying? They knew the song, but they didn't know how he looked.
Right, because that song came out on a soundtrack, I believe, and it didn't. He didn't release a full album at first.
Because he got dropped off of Sony because when he got shot.